Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. Woohoo! So glad this is working. I hear Jessica on the something upstairs. I keep clicking the go live button and it says YouTube live not available at this time. And then you go to click it again and it says you've already been live and you go and then a little birdie says it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. So I am so glad to see everybody here this evening on this night after Memorial Day. How does it get after Memorial Day? Labor Day. How does it get any better than this? I have a little bit of baby brain here. We're still, well, she's 4 months old today. All right, I'm jumping way off task. First off, tonight we're going to talk about whispers from your angels. We're going to talk about hearing your angels better. We're going to talk a little bit about the whispers that I got that led me to having Jessica, aka Pookie the Pook Star, in my life, and our magnificent, magical baby Hannah, who did actually get her first 8-hour sleep night last night. Of course, it started way before we went to bed, but it was cool. So I'm going to talk about all of this good stuff with you. And like I said, I still have a little bit of baby brain as well. If you're a parent or have been a parent, guess once a parent, always a parent, you understand. We are 4 months in today. It's Hannah Bear's 4-month birthday. We had on Michael Beckwith earlier today. I've been on sabbatical for about 4 or 5 weeks from interviews now, taking kind of a little summer fall break as we're taking care of baby Hannah here. And I had on Dr. Michael Beckwith on the show earlier today. Michael Beckwith of The Secret, you may have heard him, or the Agape Center, which he started. And Hannah Bear made a cameo appearance at the end. Be out next week. You'll have to catch it there. How does it get any better than this? All right, let us talk, and I'm going to slow down and ground into things. It's interesting. When I'm off air, I'm still pretty tired, given babyhood and stuff. It's all good. It's all perfect. When I'm on air, I'm plugged into spirit, and my energy goes through the roof. And so there's an interesting, not sure if the word is dichotomy. There's an interesting gear shift that gets to be done because I'm going at tortoise pace through other points of the day. And then as soon as I start channeling, it's just like the universe throws it into hare pace. and I get to balance those gears. So Nadia here is asking, how are baby and Rue? Baby, 4 months old, doing amazing. No heart procedure needed at this point. Next checkup in about 3 months' time. So we are doing awesome. She is doing awesome. She is my guess. We have a pediatrician appointment in another couple weeks. No, in a week. My guess is her growth is off the charts at this point. So she's 4 months old today. She is outgrowing a lot of her 6 to 9 month old clothing. And not just this way, but this way. She's almost tripled in weight since she was born. She's 1 pound from tripling in weight in 4 months. How does it get any better than this? She's doing so well on so many crazy levels. As for Rue, it was a rainy day here today, and don't worry, we're getting to angels and guides and hearing the whispers. And so Rue, first off, he probably thinks I brought the rain. Not sure about that. But he's like, Daddy, he's doing so much better. It was a month ago that he couldn't stand, he couldn't walk, maybe a month and a half ago now. And he's actually flying short distances now. He is jumping, he's landing great. He is so much better. So thank you for your prayers, your love, and your concern. He also does the meditation with Dr. Michael Beckwith as well next week. How does it get any better than this? Well, all right. So, I want to talk with you tonight about hearing whispers from our angels. And it's a theme in particular because we're teaching a School of Mystics program this month, which is entitled Thinking Beyond Thought, or how to get you in tune or in resonant frequency with the other side of the veil. Thinking without thought means so that you're continuously getting downloads, being able to hear them, being able to understand them, and being able to act upon them. And I'm sure I in the chat room there will put a link so that you can come join us for this month's class beginning on Wednesday. With that said, we are always, always, always hearing from our angels and spirit guides. There is not a moment when the universe is not speaking to you, but it's often very hard to hear. And I'm going to give you a practice or two tonight to begin to make it easier for you. But it's so incredibly important. There is a difference in the life that you live when you begin listening to your angels and spirit guides rather than staying in a state of, I don't know. It doesn't mean things are always easy, sometimes still confusing, sometimes going, why? But you get much more in the flow. And that is so important. You get so much more in the flow. So I interviewed Dr. Michael Beckwith earlier today. Also got Jessica a massage. I got to have a mini massage. She got a full massage earlier today. First time since we got here to the Poconos, and first time since she's been pregnant. So she has so needed, and can you say earned this, but needed this. And the massage therapist was asking us how the two of us met. And it was something that I was thinking about when I interviewed Michael Beckwith as well. So if we go back in time, and forgive me, everyone, if you're new here, I like to share and teach through story if possible. Because if we go back to the old days, way back when, or just as a child around a campfire, we learn best through story, not through a list. Nobody will remember 0.7 or 0.7.1, for instance, but we will remember what happened when you came through that scary squeaky door. So, going to give you these great ways that you can hear from your angels and spirit guides. But with that said, I want to share a little bit by story. So we're going to go way back on time. May of 2010. No, May of 2009. Wow. Way back when. And Jessica and I met. Well, actually, before we met, that winter or that spring, I heard, and I had been meditating each day. I had been doing the work. I wasn't doing my automatic writing yet. Automatic writing. There's a shameless plug there. That came a long time later. But I was diving in with spirit on a daily basis, and I was doing all sorts of different practices. And I heard, and I don't remember whether it was a voice that I heard it through, whether it's in some sort of writing, whether it was out on the trails, probably was in my meditation. I heard, it's time to get out of the woods, Michael. It's time to stop trying to make it to Japan. At that point, I had been trying to move to Japan. It's time to ground yourself in your life here in Boulder, Colorado, when I was in Boulder. And it's time to join a meditation center. And that when you join a meditation center, you will find community and you will find a special someone. So I heard this whisper in my ear. And I knew it wasn't coming from me because it was so outside of what I was thinking, what I was hoping for. Okay, I was certainly hoping to meet that special someone, but I wasn't trying to join a meditation center. I was happy meditating out in the woods. I really had been trying to get to Japan. Between you and me, I had been engaged to a Japanese girl a long time ago. And I had all these ideas. And the whispers in my head, or the whisper saying, get to a meditation center, get out of the woods, it's time to be around more people, was definitely not what I was thinking about. A key point: whispers in your ear from your angels or your spirit guides, or whatever we want to call it, rarely come in the form that you want them to come in. Meaning, it's not that they're negative, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and be careful and feel the energy behind it. But it's not necessarily what you are asking for. If it comes to you out of the blue and it's not what you're asking for, pay careful attention. Do check in. Make sure it's not your ego. Make sure it's not your parents' wiring trying to get you to do something that's actually going to hurt you, but is what your parents would want for you. But with that said, if that whisper is asking you to go right and you've been going left all this time, at least pay attention. Michael, get out of the woods, get to a meditation center, get yourself grounded. Be in Boulder since you're in Boulder. Don't try to be in Japan while you're in Boulder. Okay. I start looking through meditation centers, found a Japanese one, but again, I'm not supposed to be trying to go to Japan. Okay. Found a Tibetan Buddhist center in Boulder, the Shambhala Center. Okay, I'll go there. Started going there for about a month. And that was kind of a whisper too. And then one day I'm meditating there twice a day, holding space. As I'm meditating there, one fateful evening, I get in there, I'm in meditation. I'm in this top of this ornate hall, this ballroom-sized hall with gold pressed embossment or something on the wood and on the finish and red, and it was like a place right out of Tibet. And there was only like, I don't know, 3 people meditating in there, almost nobody in this evening. And I look up at one point in the meditation, and way across this giant ornate hall is Jessica. I could barely see her. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what she was. I couldn't tell anything. Except I heard this whisper say, "She's the one. She's the one." I heard this whisper. Now, I didn't have the sense of self-confidence that I do today. And so at the end of the meditation, here's how I acted on hearing the whispers from my angels and guides saying, "She's the one." I did absolutely. Well, actually, technically, I left and went to the changing area where you put on your shoes. She was in there as well. She was putting on her shoes. Turns out she had her bicycle with her. I had my bicycle with me. So I picked up my helmet. I pointed at her helmet. I pointed at my helmet. I'm still hearing "She's the one." I bowed and I left as fast as I could. Because if the angels and guides are telling me she's the one, then I can't mess it up. And I don't want to mess it up. And that shows what space I was in as far as my trust in myself. But I boogied the heck out of there. Next morning, I'm in meditation. And nobody meditates there twice a day, except for me. And she comes into the meditation hall, different hall. It's kind of the mini hall for morning meditations. And I say, "You've got to speak with her. You've got to speak with her." And I'm hearing she's the one. After the meditation, I drag my feet. I'm afraid to speak to her. I wait until I think everybody's left, and then I leave the room, and there she is. And actually, I think she had actually walked down the hall, and I saw her down the hall. That's right. She was looking at a board, trying to see what events and things are coming up. She spoke to me first. We spoke for so long, they closed the center. It's not unusual. Closed the center for the days. We're sitting outside on a stoop. As we're sitting outside on a stoop, 3 blackbirds or ravens come and land over my head. And I hear them speaking to me. I give you permission now. I want you to listen. Listen to the wind. What direction is it coming in? Is it blowing in your face? Is it a puff? Is it something with force behind it? I want you to listen to the trees. Listen to the forest. Listen to the birds. Listen to every single thing that's before you. Listen to all of it because it is carrying messages, because all of the universe is alive. It's not just a bird that's alive or a person that's alive or a tree that's alive. Everything is in this fabric of time and space. Everything. A door is alive. This bottle is alive. There is, in one real way, there is no separation between the bottle and me. I am the bottle is me. On another level, I probably have a different degree of consciousness, awareness, awakeness in this bottle. I disagree. Okay, that may be. I really disagree. There's some truth to that as well. But with that said, the bottle can pass along a message just as well as anything else can. Thank you. Okay, then. I'm outside on the stoop. The three birds land, and I hear them say, "She's the one." And I look up and I say, "I know, I know, I know." And Jessica looks at me, one of many times that she's looked at me this way. And she looked at me as if I'm crazy. And she asks, "Were you talking to the birds?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." Now, this was probably one of just many reasons that she was just a little bit hesitant to date a long-haired, cycling gear wearing me, who's wearing quite a few wounds on his sleeves. I heard to hang in there with her. I even heard, between you and me, how I might be able to get her to date me. See, she was doing this big bike ride coming up. And she said, I told her I'd been a pro cyclist. She said, "Do you think you can train me for this bike ride?" And I heard from the universe, "You say yes." I had no plans on training anybody for cycling, but yes. Key point. When the universe starts whispering to you, you say yes. So important. So, yes, I am going to teach you in this month's School of Mystic how you can be hearing these voices, what I call thinking without thought, all of the time. It changes how you live. It changes how you act. I will always put the fine print on there because between you and me, I've got this big bike and swim event coming up. I don't have a bike yet for it. It's weird. I can buy a bike, but what I'm looking for, apparently with the supply chain issues, doesn't seem to exist. Universe has been telling me what to get as a temporary measure, but I tend to go back and forth. Even at this stage of the game, it's so easy to hear, but sometimes you want to choose to go a different way. I want to say universe always wins. Jessica would say when we got together, she was conscripted. But when you hear the whispers of the universe, everything becomes so much easier. If you stop for even just a moment you begin to hear the universe speaking to you. Thank you, P. Durana, for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? You start to hear the words of the universe floating around in your head. Some of them will be amazing. Some of them will be filled with grandeur. Some of them will be downright scary. Some of them will be downright wrong. Look first for those words of grandeur, not words of delusion. You're going to be president of the... Okay, maybe that's not. No. But universe will always share with you your greatness. It's one of the rules of the universe. She, universe, God, source, universe, whatever we want to call it, giant cheeseburger in the sky, will always share with you just how amazing you are. When I was talking with Dr. Michael Beckwith earlier today, we were talking about being loyal to your soul, being loyal to your soul's plan. Your soul's plan was never about playing it small. It doesn't mean that you need to be XYZ in business, this and within your bank account, or this whatever, wherever. But it means every single one of us. That certainly includes you. Yes, you. Every single one of us came here with a special gift, with a special light, with a special resonant frequency on our heart. The angels and guides, your angels and guides, start to play this heart string and vibrate this frequency to get your attention. When you hear something grand, when you hear something great, chances are it didn't come from you. I often like to talk about how when I started automatic writing, in automatic writing, I got that I'm going to be a leader, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be speaking before thousands and thousands from on a mountaintop up on a high. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Clearly, that's my ego. And then I didn't do automatic writing for another year and a half. And I heard leader, teacher, thousands of people, mountaintop up on high. And then I had a past life regression, leader, teacher, up on high. Well, years later, I was living just outside Aspen, up on a mountainside. Was a leader, was a teacher, and speaking before thousands and thousands from up on a mountaintop, up on high. It's often been snuffed out of us since kids. Just how great we are, just what we're capable of at any age. I know I have a lot of people listening here tonight who goes, that's great. Those days are done for me. What you're capable of doing with your light is just getting started. Your whole journey may be about leaning into you, healing your heart, opening your heart, and learning how to shine your light with such incredible luminosity. That may be what you're about. And you hear those whispers. You go, no, it can't be me. You hear that voice, that pull inside of you. And you go, no, that must be my ego or something. No, that voice is challenging you. That's why I say the voice inside of you may be scary. And I'll help you this month in our School of Mystics with even greater levels of discernment. That voice may be scary because the voice of your angels and guides will always challenge you to be the biggest, the brightest, the best, the most amazing version of yourself, and will never settle for anything less. Why? Who wants to be on their deathbed thinking, I settled? No. You want to be on that bed, surrounded by loved ones, of course, going, I gave it everything I've got. If you aim too low, you'll hit the mark. So your angels and guides are always challenging you to set the bar high. That's part of your soul plan and soul purpose. We came here Your spirit is still on the other side of the veil. Your higher self is still there. There is a tiny little element of you that's in here. The rest of it is like playing a video game from the other side going, Michael, turn left. Please turn left. Will Michael listen? It sets up a big goal, a big plan, a big everything to help you discover your full greatness. So those amazing things, those amazing ideas, those amazing possibilities that are scary or seem impossible did not come from you. I challenge you to go to your angels and guides and say, what can you tell me about this? Now, you can do it literally sitting here. What can you tell me about this? You can do this in automatic writing. What can you tell me about this? You can do this before you go to sleep at night. What can you tell me about this? And then listen. The only thing I want you to be aware of or to watch for is what is the energy of the message. So the energy of a message of a no, I can't possibly do it. That does not at all mean no, you can't possibly do it. That's a very high frequency, high vibrating energy. There's a lot of power behind it. In fact, if you go, no, 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 and you watch or lean into it, you'll find that power needs you to go, yes, 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 yes. It's the energy. That's not a concern. That's a high vibration. That means there's a lot of voltage moving through you. Pay careful attention to it. Excuse me. It's the energy of that's the energy we want to watch for. The energy of resignation, the energy of dejection, the energy of, I can't possibly do that. The energy that brings you down, because that's never coming from your angels and spirit guides. Never, ever, 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 ever. They may be strong. They may have powerful words for you. They may not, it's not so much that they won't agree with how you're doing, but they may strongly suggest a better way. But they will never bring you down, because their goal is to bring your energy up, your light up, and the energy and light of the whole world up. And they can't do that by bringing you down. So listen beyond the ears, listen with the feeling state, listen with yourself as a tuning fork. Not just what am I hearing, but what am I hearing? In other words, feeling through here. When I first saw Jessica, I was plugged into an electrical socket. The electrical socket didn't actually feel woohoo, because I was actually scared to talk to her. She's walking by me here a little bit to the side. I was scared to talk to her. But there was such energy and voltage running through me. This month, again, School of Mystics, I will teach you how to recognize these energies, how to modulate these energies, and then to be able to get the downloads which are inside of the energy, or to unpack the energy. One of my degrees that I got is in computers. And in that computer degree, we learned that the internet, and I'm sure you already know this, is really packets of information being sent across the web, or sent across a line, or sent across a fiber optic cable. It's packets of information. The universe is giving you packets of information at every moment. Now, if you don't have a decoder on the end of the packets coming in, you will never know what they are about. That's what I get to teach you, and that's what I get to help you with. We get to help you to uncode or decode, rather, what is coming in. However, it starts with the recognition, and I want you to start playing with this tonight. Yes, join the School of Mystics. Yes, it's going to be an awesome ride, but I want you to start playing with this tonight. How does this whisper feel? Michael, what we want you to talk about is, thank you, angels and guides. How does this make Michael feel? Michael, don't talk about. Wait a second. That doesn't feel good. How does this make me feel? It doesn't feel good at all. Then it ain't coming from your angels and spirit guides. They are going to whisper at times to stop. They are going to whisper for you to turn. They are going to whisper for you to maybe stand on your head, but with a good reason for it. But they will not make you feel bad. Last month in our School of Mystics, I taught about a wave of energy just by your side that you can jump into, what I call this wave of peace, and start to find a sense of peace inside of you on a moment's notice. Now, there is another wave that you can literally get into that's right by your side. It's almost like I'm a sci-fi geek and a bit of a Trekkie, old school Trekkie. There's a bit of a wave of energy like getting into the Starship Enterprise. You get into this wave and you're being beamed with information. Information you can hear, you can feel, you can almost reach out and touch. And with practice, you begin to understand this energy better. This is so important. So I want to give you a few tips for tonight on how we can do this. So I don't even remember what I was looking at earlier today. Oh, I was just on the Firefox browser and it pulled up things to read. And it says, America's diet is killing them or killing him or her, killing somebody. Gee, that's fun. Or America's diet is killing us. Gee, that sounds like fun too. Well, that actually has something to do in a weird roundabout way with listening to our angels and guides. Our diet energetically is helping prevent us from hearing our angels and guides. It's like it's clogging, instead of clogging our arteries, it's clogging our ability to hear. It's a diet of too much. A diet of too much. It's information overload, even good information. So in this country, a little is good, more is better. Little is good, more is better. Not when it comes to information. Even if you're watching spiritual show after spiritual show after spiritual show after spiritual show, and you're going, it's just raising my vibration up. No, man, there's a point at which you're full. If I had been full of information and I had gone into the meditation center, I wouldn't have been able to hear a darn thing. Now, the good news is about a meditation center. The irony here is that it's helping pour out the cup of information. If I had been going to teacher to teacher, teacher to teacher, teacher, I wouldn't have been able to hear a darn thing. And yet, that's not just the American way. That is kind of the Western way of bringing in and bathing ourselves in as much energy or information as we possibly can. That is a very unhealthy diet because, first off, all information gets to be processed. So years ago, I was living on Maui, and I have some dear, dear friends who are on Maui. Richard Cian Shua and Richard, I believe it's Lou. And Richard had this device called the Lucia, where it created these patterns of light through the Lucia that gave you downloads of information from the universe. It was really cool, and I believe it helped me to heal after my second NDE. The thing about the Lucia is you're getting all these downloads, these packets of information. You know when to say when or when to stop. Flow. I once did a ayahuasca ceremony with a shaman. That's how you do them. And the shaman said, shaman journey. Well, yeah, sign me up. We get halfway through the journey. Do you want to take even more ayahuasca? Well, sure, of course. And he goes, you're going to have to be on your own on this one because I'm going on my own deep dive and you're going to go on your deep dive. Sign me up. Whew. Was too much. It was like drinking from the ultimate, not just fire hose of the universe, but fire hose of all of the universe, all at the same time. Too much information couldn't process, fell apart. Was actually good for me because I came back together at a higher level. But at the moment, it was too much. Chances are you're experiencing too much right now. So to hear the whispers of your angels, I need you to turn down a lot of the volume, to step away more from the computer or from the TV or from the whatever. I'm challenging myself with too. Because if I see baby Hannah and I find myself doing anything but my work, and even then on the computer, why aren't I with baby Hannah? And like tonight, I found myself twice dangling over the couch. There's a nice, beautiful couch behind me. We are in this amazing glamping environment for 4 or 5 more days before we go back to the home we were at on the lake for a few months. It's a lot more spacious before we go on probably to more mountainous climbs as Hannah Bear is getting much healthier. Well, she's always been healthy, but getting even stronger heart-wise. But I will just hop off of the computer and dangle myself over the couch. And Hannah Bear, seeing me hanging upside down, looking at her, that is like her favorite thing, or one of her favorite things. Mama Bear is, of course, her favorite thing. But it makes her so, so happy that I will pull myself away from the information overload to pay attention to her. This screen in front of me, this in front of you, it is designed to give you an information overload. It's incredibly addictive. Who's addicted? I'm addicted. I want more of this, more of that, more of the other. But more is never the answer. More is less. More is less space to hear your angels. More is less ability to discern what's really a whisper, what's coming from my thinking mind. More is less of an ability to buffer energy, leading to anxiety, worries, fears, concerns, stressed out, hormonal system out of whack, everything out of whack, sleeping out of whack, love life, everything completely out of whack. Why? We took in too much and couldn't hear the whispers, or more specifically, couldn't discern what's really coming from spirit or not. Again, it's what I'm going to be teaching you this month. We're going to do a whole training this month on helping you to hear from spirit, to hear from angels, to think beyond thought, to be able to get in alignment with these downloads so that you don't even have to think about it. Right now, it's tough. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling lost, I know you've hit tilt, you've hit overwhelm. There is no way to push through overwhelm. There's no way to do more into overwhelm. There is only breathing into it, being into it, listening into it. Why are we moving from this beautiful environment back to we were this spring? Well, first off, it chose us. It called us. We listened to the angels and guides. It was waiting for us. And it has more space. Space is the magic elixir for hearing from your angels and guides. Space in the moment, space in the breath, space in a meditation, space by the trees, the forest, the water, your views. Space where you have no thing. You shut off the TV or the radio or the YouTube or your MP3 and you be, even for just a moment. That space allows your angels and guides to chase you down. One more piece, then I'm going to go into a meditation tonight. Probably going to wrap things up a little bit early. I really want to be ready for class tomorrow. We are going to have such a special class. If you come join us tomorrow, last week, and I want people to post, please tell people what your thoughts were or how it worked for you in the chat. If you were here for last week's School of Mystics class, I did the clearing session, I guess you could say, of all sessions. This group clearing last week that has been changing so many people's lives. And if you were in that clearing session, please let people know. Why do I mention this? Because if you join the School of Mystics, you get all of our past classes, and you want to start with that clearing session to get you light, to get you feeling beyond just a little bit better. It was, I shake my head because normally when I do a clearing session, it's one of the things I've been gifted with being able to do is how able to lift heaviness off of people, or lift stuck energy off of people, or lift past wounds and blocks and familial and past lives, and lift all of this junk off of you that keeps you down and keeps you feeling stuck, fatigued, exhausted, lost. I can help remove that. And usually afterwards, and you can feel about halfway through the clearing, people are completely and totally exhausted. But something funny happened with the power of the group in class last week, which is till just about halfway through, people's energy is going down, down, down. And all of a sudden, it's going up, 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 up. It's an energetic game. We hit a critical mass with everybody last week. And in the replay, the critical mass is still there because time is not real. Really, it's happening right now at this moment. Time is not real. We hit a critical mass where the energy took off. It was too cool. So that's just one of the many perks you get when joining the School of Mystics. All right. Before I met Jessica, each morning I went into a short manifestation meditation. And each evening I did a prayer before bed. I did a short manifestation meditation prayer, but also I kept a little bullet point framed intention. I don't even know what I would call that word. List by my bed of what or who I was looking for in life. And I would read over it before going to bed. I would go into a state of prayer and I would go quiet and listen. what was I doing? Certainly there's a law of attraction piece, but the law of attraction, and Michael and I were talking about this today. Law of attraction is not so much about attracting something that you want. It's being attracted by the resonance of something that already exists to the resonance in your heart and finding each other. There was a resonance of Jessica. There was a resonance of me that always or already knew that we were meant to be together. And it was just a matter of finding each other, of finding that energetic lock. So it's not about attracting something that you want versus what the universe wants. It's about getting in that frequency. To get in that frequency, and this means vibrating, is a matter of you put something out there and you go quiet and you listen. In other words, you go into ceremony or ritual. Now, a good question is, what's the difference between a ritual and a ceremony? One may be a sexier way of saying the other. For instance, we don't usually think of, I want to go to a wedding ritual. We may think of, I want to go to a wedding ceremony. So we want to get into ceremony each and every day so we can listen and hear from the universe. Make a specific time each day sacred. Make a time each day sacred. It can be in the beginning of the day. It can be at the end of the day. It can be anywhere in between. Maybe it's a time where you go into prayer. Maybe it's a time when you go into meditation, or you light some incense, but do something each day the same way to give space to the universe so that the universe can speak to, through, and for you. To, through, and for you. You need the space for the universe to speak to, through, and for you. If she doesn't have that space, she can't chase you down. Now, clearly, I teach automatic writing, a process where each and every day you spend time talking to the universe. It's a great process. Changed my whole life. But it could even be starting with something as simple. Get up in the morning, light some incense or some candles, as long as it's safe. Ring a bell. Bing. Sit for a minute or two. Ring another bell. Bing. Blow out the candles, the incense, and go about your day. Or even better, each day, light the candles, light the incense. Ask a question of your angels and guides. Ring the bell. Give space to listen for a few minutes. Ring the bell again and go about your day. Your angels and spirit guides are queuing. They're waiting to speak to you when you give them the space, when you give them the permission, and when there is a door open for them to step through. When the door is not open, they're stuck yelling at you behind a closed door, which isn't any louder and usually quieter than all of the other noise that's coming to you. They can't get through to you. But when you create that ritual, that ceremony, that practice. All right, one last thing. And then I want to open it up to questions. And then we're going to dive into a brief meditation. Whew. All right. Here it is, real deal. We had 3 miscarriages before we had baby Hannah. baby Hannah, our belief is she was there for 2 of the 3 miscarriages. The third one was a baby boy, and we do believe him to be on his way if and when the time is right. Door needs to be open for him. But I can remember last year, before baby Hannah was conceived, that we were doing these practices. It was 11 or 12 days long of going into ritual, setting intention each and every morning at dawn, and saying a prayer, lengthy prayer, not a 10-minute prayer, for baby Hannah to come through. We did this in ceremony each and every morning. We created the time and space for our prayers to be heard and for us to hear from Spirit. Did it work? Well, she's upstairs sleeping right now. How does it get any better than this? So yeah, absolutely. That was coming from ceremony or from ritual or from that sacred space, and then listening. We even heard when it was time for her to come through. And of course, that it would be twins, which is, of course, a story for another day. So with that said, I want to open it up to questions here. And oh, I didn't even see these kind donations that came through. Oh my gosh. So Aya follows along. Aya and Ann, they are my everything when it comes to the YouTube lives, and you guys rock. And Carol is my everything when it comes to classes, and Carol, you rock. And Nico and Bavik, when it comes to the shows, you guys rock. And Francesca and everyone on the Dream Team, you guys rock. But for this specifically, I and Ann have been trying to follow along in my notes because I have good notes, but tonight I was called to go way off script. And this is something I heard earlier today. So I channeled and wrote out what I was going to be teaching. And thank you, Roller Girl. And I'll thank everybody here in a minute for your kind donation. Thank you so much. But earlier today, I channeled for tonight. And then I was in the middle of the Michael Beckwith interview. And I heard, "You're supposed to go off script." And at that moment, I looked at the screen and saw a purplish blue orb go right in front of me. Now, I believe that purplish blue orb to be Miraku, which is Hannah Bear's twin sister. Before Hannah was born, we would see these orbs everywhere. And Hannah was born with a blue orb on her hand. Her twin sister on the other side is still that blue orb. So when I see that orb go flash in front of me, I know I get to listen. And I heard you're going to go off script, which means that Aya has been trying to hold on and find where I am in this beautiful document as I'm speaking to you. So Mary, thank you for your kind donation. She writes, "Thank you, Michael, for teaching me to learn to listen to the angels, especially my guardian angel. The clearing was incredible and really changed things up for me. Love you." Woo-hoo-hoo. You got to join the School of Mystics. You got to do this clearing. The clearing doesn't come from me. Yes, I have some sort of a special gift with the clearing, but it doesn't come from me. I don't even begin to say it comes from me. Anything, it comes from people like Dr. Bradley Nelson and people who created holographic kinetics and all of those who came before me in soul retrieval work, but it doesn't come from me. And yet, it does. And it's cool and it works. So thank you, Mary. How does it get any better than this? Anna Baca. Hi, Anna. Thank you for your kind donation too. How does it get any better than this? Red Cupid Bow Lips, thank you for your kind donation. Hello, Michael and family. Sending you all so much love and sending the love right back your way. Roller Girl sending love. I'm sending love right back your way in huge gratitude and thank you. P. Durano, thank you for your kind donation as well. So let's open it up to some questions here, and then we are going to get into a meditation and probably wrap things up early because between you and me, I am on fire when I do this. I am buzzed. I'm energized. I am woohoo. And then I need sleep. This is this whole baby thing, but we are 4 months in. Okay, last baby thing. Hannah Bear had an amazing schedule till about, kind of got a refined schedule. Jessica tracks on an app that really got into a groove at about 3.5 months. And then it started coming out of the groove. And apparently, as she becomes more awake and aware, she's been overstimulated and has had a harder time falling back asleep. And so the last couple of weeks, we have been tested as far as sleeping patterns. Last night was actually the best of the best nights. The night before, though, was my least sleep in weeks or months or more. So we're getting there, and that sleep is coming back. Oh, there is somebody who I want to acknowledge. There is someone special who I want to acknowledge. Monique, I know you're listening. I know you're watching. So we have a very special team member who helps us organize all of our shows. She's the one who got Michael Beckwith on the show. She's the one who's getting us on to Coast to Coast. And Vitali, love you and thank you as well. But Monique is like the superhero for you seeing me. If there's a show, Monique is behind it. If there is an interview, Monique is behind it. So thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. How does it get any better than this? We have the most amazing dream team, and Monique is the reason. She is our whole outreach. It's not a team, it's a Monique. She is unique, and she is an awesome, awesome, awesome overachieving team member. How does it get any better than this? All right, with that said, and thank you, Pookie, too, if you're watching this. All right, Mary. I heard that sometimes angels' voices are on a pitch we humans may not be able to hear. Is this why some people can hear their angels and others cannot? Mary, almost all of the time, our angels are at a pitch that we cannot hear initially. It requires, what's the best way to describe this? I want to go back to Cracker Jack boxes and decoder rings, Mary, but most people won't get that reference. So let's instead go to, it's on on your phone when you send, well, we can call it encryption. Angels speak to us within, thank you, angels. I'm like, how am I going to explain this? Angels speak to us with encrypted messages where they send it at this high frequency, and then we can't hear it down here until we come up through encryption and vibrate at that level, and then we hear those messages. It's exactly what I'm going to be teaching about this month, is how to get in that vibrational alignment so that we can hear what the messages are and know what they mean. A good example of this is going to sound weird, but it's really cool. When you're walking along, you're hiking, you're swimming, you're biking, or you're in bed, or you're doing whatever, and all of a sudden, the sound of everything changes, or you hear a sound, or forgive me, some high-pitched sound, or a sound that just starts going down, or a sound that just starts going up, and it makes no sense. That is not that is information. It is not coming from you. That is a download that you're receiving. The unconscious mind can unpack some of this. The conscious mind has a very hard time in the beginning being able to unpack the information that's coming. Don't worry, you can be trained to do so. And our angels are always speaking to us, but it's often that we are not trained enough to hear what they're saying. Or the better word, Mary, would be entrained, that our vibration is not up enough. Let's clear up one last thing, and then we'll move on here to ketamine. By up, I do not mean that somebody is vibrating at a better frequency than somebody else. There's nobody vibrating at a better frequency. There is no better. You and I, first off, are one. You and I, for another thing, are love. You and I, for another thing, are all souls on this journey. One of us may frustrate the heck out of us, going, what are you thinking? What are you doing? But we are all on the same journey at the same level. There are no levels, no one better than another, but the frequency can be different. But we're not going to say this is a good frequency, that is a bad frequency. However, there are frequencies that are easier to hear angels than others. Again, neither good nor bad, because we all know wounded healers, meaning people who can hear angels, people can hear guides, people who channel, communicate, mediums, and are really, really struggling in one or more areas of life. So it is not about you're at this better frequency and you hear, it's just you're tuning to a different frequency. And so, Mary, I want to help teach everyone how to tune into those different frequencies better. That's the secret, because right now, at every moment, the angels are just going, join the class. Okay, that's kind of tacky, but they're not just going, join the class. Your angels are speaking to you at each moment, but it's being able to have the space for it, being at the vibratory level to hear it, and then being in a place where you can decipher or have that decoder ring. Well, for everybody, this is craziness. I was swimming a couple of days ago. My wedding ring, since Miracle passed, my wedding band has had a white rabbit on it, which signifies Miracle. It fell off while I was swimming in the lake and is gone. I believe I have another one that will make it here tomorrow. I feel naked without my wedding band / Miracle ring. It feels really, really weird. I actually started crying when I got back, not because I'm attached to the possession, because it signified a new and second loss on some level of Miracle. But she's like, I'm not lost. I hear her all day, every day, if I take the space, and I certainly hear her in automatic writing. So thank you for your beautiful question, Mary. Ketamine, thank you for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And if I'm getting this right, Mirinal, thank you for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Aaron Wexler, how do you know if the inner voice is your higher self? Got some dirt in the eye there. Cool. I might be speaking to you, Aaron, with one eye. Hold on here. Okay, what does it mean the dirt has gone in the eye? What am I not seeing? Aaron, how do you know if the inner voice is your higher self or your angelic team nudging you? Are intuitive nudges different than angel whispers, or are they the same? I'm going to give you the simplest answer, Aaron. They're all the same team. This is the most important thing. So, for instance, Miraku transitioned back home. And it's interesting because we have her cremated remains where I can see them right now. But it's not her. She's transitioned back home. Whew. She can speak to me for herself, for my guardian angels, for my higher self, my spirit on the other side of the veil, for the archangels. She can speak to me for everyone, because on the other side, there is no separation. No separation of time or space. All is one. It doesn't mean that she doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that they don't exist. But there's not this separation that we have. There's that I again. And so she can hear from all of them at a moment's notice and respond to me through all of them at a moment's notice. So, funny I. How do you know if the inner voice is your higher self or your angelic team nudging you on? They're both nudging you on. They're all nudging you on out of love and goodness. What the interview with Dr. Michael Beckwith was about earlier today is about being loyal to your soul, which means being loyal to your higher self. When your higher self is speaking to you, when your higher self is whispering to you, listen to listen to the whispers, listen to what is being said. So, in other words, if you are not loyal to your soul, it hurts. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're being ground in the eye with a stick. Ow. It's the same. Your angelic team wants for you what your higher self is. What does that mean? So we're going to go off track for just a minute. Let's play with this. There is you on the other side of the veil, right? There was you there. And said, here's what I want this lifetime. It's kind of like you're pulling up at a drive-thru.
I'd like some fries, and I'd like some onion rings, and could I have a double-sized shake, please?
Actually, it's more like you say that and they repeat back to you.
And
And you're like, what? And a what? We got to get a better decoder ring. But you on the other side of the veil chose different things for this lifetime. You chose experiences. You chose loneliness. You chose growths. You chose expansion. You chose a level of ascension. Shine your light bright. That's your soul plan. Being loyal to your soul is understanding that you chose certain things here and doing what you can to feel your way through. Not think your way through, feel your way through what feels good, what feels great, what feels God, to feel your way through for your highest good. What are your angels doing? Exactly the same thing. They're helping you, they're nudging you, you're guiding you for that same soul plan. Wow. That same soul plan that your higher self, your spirit on the other side of the veil wants from you. Intuition is to be able to see into, to be able to hear from. I'm not sure what we're going to do about this eye here tonight. Sure, there are lots of comments going on. What am I not seeing? Let's play with that for a minute, and we will see how we do. The intuition is your strings being plucked from the other side. Intuition never came from you, at least not you on this side of the veil. So I may have to wrap things up or do a meditation where I can close my eyes here in a minute. So I will probably take one more question. Wow, look at all these beautiful questions. Oh, first off, I'll probably take one more question and go into meditation. We'll see how the eye does. Amanda Simpson, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Amanda. Happy birthday to you. I'm singing at a high note here because my low note will probably wake baby Hannah. But how does it get any better than this, Amanda? So much love your way. Okay. There's so many beautiful questions. So many beautiful questions. Okay, let me see if I can whip through a couple of these really. From what planet am I on? Are angels my guilty conscience? Never. Angels will never speak to you out of a voice of guilt. Angels are never guilt. Angels are never shame. Angels are never these low vibrations that are made up by the ego, which is trying to keep us playing small. Angels will help us to let go. Angels will help love us up. Angels will be filled with compassion, one of the highest vibrating frequencies on the planet. Beverly, have I seen an angel? Yes, but not as a regular basis. Although between you and me, Beverly, I forgot to mention to Jessica, I saw something this morning from the stairs. And I muscle tested, and I saw something this morning from the stairs. It wasn't an Ooga Booga moment. There was something down here for just a brief second. I don't know what it was, and it wasn't anything bad or to worry about. Nothing bad or to worry about. Angels are real, but they're just energy or energetic beings. Will we see them if necessary? Now, they're saying, well, you may have only seen an angel once, but you've seen your guardian angel in the form of a mountain lion. Oh, heck yeah. Guardian angel Maximilian. Poof, and we caught him on camera. That was too cool. Radhika, is consciousness a field of energy that engulfs the brain and makes it work, much like electricity around an electromagnet or a driver in the car? I thank you. Consciousness is all of the above. Consciousness is the field of energy that is everything and everything inside of it, outside of it. It is the fuel, it is the driver, it is the works. We are elements of consciousness moving through this energetic field. We are not the whole of consciousness, but we are plugged into the whole of consciousness. A beautiful topic that can be expanded upon more for another day, but the consciousness is the vehicle, is the field, is the energy, is the everything. So we can call it consciousness, we can call it love, we can call it source, we can call it vibration. You and I are a part of the field, but we are not the entire field. And yet at the same time, consciousness exists within us. We exist within consciousness. We are everything. Everything is us. Yes, I just gave you some paradoxes to think about. And Radhika, I will have to blow this out more with you in coming days. Let's see if I can get to one or two more. Aaron, were those 3 miscarriages for you both, for your growth? Are those spirits baby Hana or other spirits? 2 were baby Hana. It's a beautiful question, Aaron. 2 were baby Hana. 1 was a baby boy. Yeah. There were things that baby Hana maybe needed to experience. There were things that our baby boy needed to experience. And, Aaron, I would be lying if I didn't say it kicked our ass. Aaron, it kicked our ass. I mean, it hurt. It really hurt. Actually, Aaron, between you and me, I can't even imagine how much it hurt Jessica to be carrying a baby in your belly, to be talking to the baby, connecting with the baby, communicating with baby, and then to feel like something happened. And could you have prevented it? Could you have done something? Was it your body? Was it this? Was it that? She's my superhero. She's my superhero of all superheroes, of all superheroes, of all superheroes, of all superheroes. With that said, we are changed by each experience, Aaron, and each experience is happening through us and for us, not to us. And that sounds so cliche, but it is so, so true, Aaron. All of these experiences were for us. There is a level of appreciation for baby Hana. There's a level of sacredness for her. There is a level of appreciation of her. There is a level of the miraculous in having her here that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. There is a level of, I'll speak for myself because Jessica probably already had it going on, of maturity in me that wasn't there before, of responsibility. Now, I was a good guy. I was pretty mature. I was pretty responsible. Of responsibility that wasn't there before. There was a level there of readiness and of so many of the things about being a better daddy, Aaron, that weren't there before. So it was all there to serve us. Last 2 questions I'm going to do. Lori, when you meditate, how do you go to your heart center? How does it feel? Or do you visualize it? There are so many different meditations, Lori, but you could simply put your hand over your heart and feel your heart warming or feel your hand warming. Or I love, because I was somebody who didn't used to love myself, I love to put my hand over my heart and just massage it. I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. Lori, there is no right. Right implies a duality of right and wrong, good and bad. There's only one way to do it, and the rest are not the right way to do it. It's all energy, Lori. If you feel like you're in your heart, you're in your heart. If you don't feel like you're in your heart, concentrate more on being in your heart. Don't worry about perfect. Don't worry about did I get it right? Just how did it feel? And if it doesn't feel quite right and you feel like, well, but I'm doing just what he said, just keep focusing on loving yourself and feel love in your heart. I don't feel any love. Imagine that you have a little baby in your arms, or imagine somebody else's baby, whatever makes you happy, whatever lights you up, and take whatever lights you up and feel that in your heart, Lori. Priscilla, how can I help or support my husband with his emotional health after my brother-in-law's passing? Be there for him, Priscilla. Listen to him, Priscilla. Go to your angels and spirit guides and say a prayer for him, Priscilla, and ask them to help heal his heart. But just be there with him and for him without the need to say or be or do anything. Your presence, Priscilla, is enough. This is a loss is a loss is a loss. It is a healing. It is an upgrading. Crazy as it sounds, Michael, you're saying losing somebody is an upgrading? Well, it's part of the human experience. So it's really hard to say, but yeah, we grow from the experience. We all do. And your brother-in-law is doing great on the other side. We all grow from the experience. Just be there for him as he goes through this and let him go through this at his own pace. That's the most important thing. Allow him to go through it at his own pace. I'm going for Lisa's because I just caught it's 1:30 in the UK, so I've got to go for this, Lisa. I sleep for 2 hours, then awake till the alarm. I sleep for 2 hours, then awake till the alarm. Can you suggest a prayer to help me there? And then until I can do my automatic writing. Tonight was useful. It was a surprise you were doing this live call, 1:30 in the UK. There is a prayer. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm seeing if the angels want to bring it to me. Thank you for my waking, rested and refreshed. Rested and refreshed. Thank you for my waking, angels, rested and my refreshed. Rested and refreshed. There is a prayer that I like to do if I'm stuck awake, if I can't sleep, where I am not asking for the sleep. Because when we try to sleep, Lisa, what do we get? Less sleep. Nobody in the history of humanity has ever tried themselves to sleep. It's like 1, 2, 3, let's go to sleep. You can't do it. In fact, baby Hannah, when she's exhausted, will try to get herself to sleep. It doesn't work. It's when she gives up, she passes out. I go to smile because we can see on the baby cam, she'll smile when she sleeps. And a few nights ago, I think we both woke up with her giggling in her sleep. How does it get any better than this? Baby giggles in her sleep. So, but if you repeat a mantra of waking, rested, and refreshed, waking, rested, and refreshed, or thank you, angels, for my waking, rested, and refreshed. And then I like shorting, making it shorter to rested and refreshed, rested and refreshed, resting and refreshed. Because you're not focused on getting to sleep, you're focusing on what the outcome is. All of a sudden you pass out and you find yourself waking up in the morning going, thank you, angels, for my waking, or when it's time to do your automatic writing, thank you for my waking, rested, and refreshed. Now, I will say this. If you sleep for 2 hours and then you wake up and you stay awake until you do your automatic writing, let's just dive into the automatic writing after 2 hours, write something, and then go to bed and shut off the alarm so that you don't have to get up and do your automatic writing. Chances are your angels and spirit guides have a lot to say in the middle of the night when the world is quiet, Lisa. So just roll with that. They can be knocking on your door saying, we have a lot to share with you, Lisa. And would you mind if we share it with you now? All right, let's go into a brief meditation here. Oh, I'm feeling buzzed and tingly. I hope you guys are too. And it's way later than I expected. So, who was it? Oh, I was speaking to. Was it Aaron I was speaking to when there was some sort of dirt in my eye? I think so. Whomever it was, I want you to look at what you might not be seeing, because whomever I was speaking with the dirt in the eye, I believe it was Aaron. The dirt was there only during speaking to Aaron and then disappeared. And when I get something in an eye, I am asking myself, what am I not seeing, or what am I missing? Or if there is an irritant in my eye and causing me to look away, what is it, Aaron, that needs to be seen? Maybe it has something to do with miscarriages in your life. I have no idea, but I want you to look at what needs to be seen. All right, let's do a really, really brief meditation. Come join me tomorrow night for the School of Mystics. You will love it. And let's do a shameless plug. Everybody who's in the School of Mystics, if it's been changing your life, please put here in the chat how it's been changing you, that has been changing you, or anything of the sort, because here's my bias. I know you're a mystic, or what I call a mystic in training. That means that somebody who's energetically sensitive doesn't know what to do with that energetic sensitivity yet. When I train you, when I teach you, what happens? The light that is within you glows brighter. It's not your light that goes brighter, but you are less of a block to this light that radiates through you. And your vibration goes up and up and up and up and up as you glow brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter still. And what happens? You start glowing and growing brighter, illuminating a little bit more of the entire planet. And your vibration goes up and up and up and up. And the vibration of the whole planet, which is singing the song together, goes up and up and up and up. You get brighter, the planet gets brighter. You go up, the whole planet goes up. I'm so freaking biased. What's my goal? Raise people's vibration, elevate consciousness, shift humanity. Raise vibration, elevate consciousness, shift humanity. As each of us becomes the mystic that we're meant to be, we're raising consciousness. We're raising vibration, elevating consciousness, shifting humanity. So I am so biased to get everyone I can to be the mystic you were meant to be. Why play it small? There's no reason to play it small. So come join your homies and friends. We're on Zoom, we're recorded, we're whatever way you want to do it. You're on video, you're not on video, any which way. You're in your pajamas, you're whatever. But let you get you to become the mystic you were always meant to be. We'll change your life. We'll have you feeling better. We'll have your family feeling better. We'll have your neighbors feeling better, whether you want them to or not. But you will elevate everyone around you. They will ever elevate everyone around them. That's how we're going to fix the world's problems. It's an inside job. And becoming a mystic is a surefire way to help shift and change everything, including the very planet herself. All right, let's do a really, really short meditation because I was supposed to be asleep already. How does it get any better than this? With baby Hana, it is sleep time because rule number one, if the baby's sleeping, you need to be sleeping. All right, so we're going to just do a super duper short meditation here tonight. So I want you to, I got to take a sip of water. Hold on here. My favorite member of the dream team is walking past me right now at this moment, sneaking on by with some coconut water for good hydration from the massage earlier today. I love you, Pookie. I'm in love. I shared about you tonight, Pookie. She knows. She knows the story. Conscripted. Story for another day. Let's bask in this energy. Let's close our eyes. Maybe put a hand or two or three on your heart. Let's breathe in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that you're in the most amazing circle of love. It's a circle of love where each and every one of us here, past, future, and present, are all connected energy, all supporting one another, all loving each one of us up. Filled with such kindness, such compassion, such gratitude, love, and peace. Yes, even kitty cats, especially kitty cats, can participate in this loving circle. I love you, Lumi. We breathe in the love and send out the love. We breathe in the love and send out the love. And in and out. How does it get any better than this? I want you to imagine now that you're in a giant egg-like sphere that the entire circle is. It's a rose, gold, pink, energetic egg. An energy of love, an energy of protection, an angelic energy that helps you to tune in and hear far beyond the thinking mind. In fact, as we're all here together, all in this giant egg-like sphere of rose golden light, we are able to go quiet and hear our angels, perhaps better than we've ever been able to hear them before. Let's bask in this energy for just a minute. Breathe in, put those hands on the heart, feel it warming your heart, and out. Breathe in love, send out love. Breathe in love, send out love. Breathe in love one more time. Send it right back out. Now, as you're breathing in and out, you feel the room change colors. And the inside of this egg-like sphere changing colors as well. You see it beginning to glow brighter and brighter and brighter still, with this most amazing golden, almost white-like light. And the light glows brighter with each breath, and brighter still, as it becomes pure and more pure and more pure still, until you are surrounded by such an amazing, brilliant white light. It's as bright as looking at the sun, even with your eyes closed. In fact, it's even brighter with your eyes closed. And this brilliance of the white light pierces every cell of your beingness and fills it with such incredible angelic energy. This energy brings you up. This light brings you up higher and higher and higher still, until you're filled with such love, such light, and such peace that you are beginning to enter the angelic plane and vibrate at the level of the angels. This light is so incredibly bright. At the same time, it's peaceful and it's relaxing. In a sense, all-knowing, knowing you to the very bottom of your absolute beingness. It knows who you are because this light is coherent, this light is love, this light is alive, this light is the angels itself. And so, as you bathe in this light, feel free to put a question out there to the angels. It doesn't have to be a stumper, but anything that's on your heart. Put it out to the angels and listen. As you listen, listen with your heart. How does it make you feel? Feel free to put your hands over your heart. And when you're ready, say, "Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit guides." And breathe in and breathe out, knowing you can come back to this meditation and come back to this egg-shaped spheric hall of love and light anytime you want, and begin to ask questions of your angels and hear and feel the answers. Truly, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night with the School of Mystics. Certainly, I look forward to seeing you next Monday with our next YouTube Live, and next Tuesday with our YouTube premiere special with Dr. Michael Beckwith. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Monique and Aya and Anne and Bavik and Nico and Jessica and Carol and Aya and did I get Aya twice? And all of the members of our dream team and Francesca. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Miracle. Thank you, Hana Bear. Thank you, you. So love you guys so, 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 so much. I can't wait to see you for the next event. Have an amazing, 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 amazing evening ahead. And if you join the School of Mystics, not if, when you join the School of Mystics, you've got to remember to do the clearing. You get all of our past classes. You get classes on how to open your third eye. You get classes of the Wave of Peace, but make sure to do the clearing. And if Aya could put the link there one more time, that would be awesome. Love you guys so, so much. And have an amazing, amazing. Is that Q? Is that Q here tonight? Is that Q I see here tonight? Oh, oh my God. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good night, Mark and Tonya and Bonnie and everyone. Have the most amazing evening ahead. Keep on shining bright. Woohoo! Love you guys.